Hello and welcome to Dickinson's Real Deal. On this show, I help members of the public get the very best price for their antiques and valuables.
250.
You are getting closer.
220.
Probably not enough yet.
Oh.
Sometimes our dealers are hard nuts to crack. I'm here to make sure they get their hands deep into their pocket and get some cash out.
Can I just squeeze an extra £10?
I would love to, but that is my offer.
Tony's really trying to nick this from you. I think the auction is an exciting and dangerous place, but when it works, it can be fantastic.
59, 50.
Was the gamble worth it?
1,000 on the phone.
Of course it was. Today the show comes to you from Melton, Mowbray in Leicestershire. There's a great crowd of people here. They've been queuing since earlier this morning. They're determined to do business. They want to sit down and lock horns with our dealers and then walk away with the real deal.
We're off to a flying start with John, who's bought James Late an interesting piece of Edwardiana.
Today I brought a doll's pram in. I think James is a fair person. He's not so mean as some of the other dealers.
It's a nice thing, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get much more than about 100 quid for it, so I've got to buy it for less than that, if I can.
Let's see if this deal is like taking candy from a baby.
So how long have you had it? What's the history?
Oh, I've had it at all 6 months a year.
6 months?
6 months
Oh,
a
I
year.
see. I thought it was a family heirloom.
No, I go to little auctions and I buy unusual things, and I bought this.
Yeah. I want to know how much you paid for
Oh,
it.
that wouldn't be fair, would it?
No, well, I think it would be fair.
I don't
Fair
think
to
it'd be
me.
fair at all.
I think these lines have probably been repainted, haven't they, these carriage
Yeah, I
lines?
think so.
And I should think the whole thing's probably been refurbished in the last, I don't know, 20 or 30 years.
That's true, yes.
So the last owner may have done it up.
Done that, yes, because you look at the tyres and you can see they haven't done the tyres.
No, exactly. But I think it's good that they're there.
Yeah.
I mean, the rubber's still there, which is nice.
Do you think it's, what, 100
I would
years
think
old?
I would think
Or not
just
quite?
about.
Just about
I was
100
thinking
years.
1910-ish, between 1910 and 1920. And it's for a little girl to push her dollies around, isn't it? I think it's quite nice. I'll have a go. I'll put some money down.
Okay.
See how you feel about it.
Right.
I'd like to offer you 20, 40, £60 for it. I can tell by the way you're smiling, you're well into profit.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No, it's a bit more than that, I'm afraid.
Okay. 80.
I think you need to put your hand in your pocket again a little bit. I don't know why you keep putting it away, in case it escapes onto the table.
Okay, one more then. This is going to be my last one, almost certainly.
That depends what David says.
Well, David's coming now. He's coming to have a look.
What's on the table there?
£90.
90.
Okay, £90.
Well, let me tell you what the independent values and the auctioneer say. 60 to 80, 60 to 90 would appear to be right on the money by James. Why have you decided to recycle it at this stage?
Because my age and I want to enjoy myself a bit more for I'm eating maker.
OK. So you're thinking, any money I've put into odds and ends now, I need to be getting rid of that into cash, off
right.
to Ibiza, dancing all night, a few drinks, and generally enjoying myself.
That's great.
What did you pay for this at auction? I don't think it's going to make a lot of difference at this stage of the game.
I paid 80.
Yeah, well, I think you paid probably about the money. We've got two choices here. You either take the 90 quid, which gives you a small profit, or, if you're a gambling man, we could go to the auction and go for a little bit more. If it was me, I'd have the tenors with a profit.
I think that's terrific advice, John.
You would say that, yes.
I mean, you know, because you bought it only 6 months ago, the chances of you making a profit in another auction in the same sort of area, I think are probably not great.
I think you could just do another little bit just to make it
I'm
halfway
ready there,
through.
because I think that I'm going to be lucky to get any more than 100 for it. So I got to make a tenner, you make a tenner, and then we're all happy. So, John, we got a deal?
Got a deal.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Spend that tenner wisely.
All right, thank you.
So, I've got it. Under £100. I might make a profit. John's made a profit, I'll make a profit. We're all happy.
Glad you're not chucking your toys out of the pram, James. It may be early in the day, but this clock's already caught the eye of the Duke and auctioneer Colin Young. father and daughter Paul and Emily know what they want from Tony Gearing.
And we're hoping to go on holiday with the money we get from it.
And we're hoping to get £500 from it.
And Tony knows what he's looking for.
As with clocks, it's all about the movement.
But will you be moved to the tune of £500?
And what have you brought in for me today?
Well, we've brought in this nice late Victorian mantle clock. It's been in our attic for the last 5 years. I've had it for 10 years. And
Okay.
It was on display for 5. We've changed the decor a little bit, and
Right.
it no longer fits in. We'd rather put the money towards a bit of a holiday.
Good holiday.
That's right.
Well, it's, I don't know about late Victorian, I think it's probably Edwardian.
Yes, yeah.
Particularly with all the kind of inlays here.
Right.
And we've lost a bit of moulding on this side.
Yes, yes.
You've got that piece. It's very architectural.
Yes.
Typical of a sort of a mantle clock, so it's trying to emulate the interior of the room. It's just a simple French movement.
Yes.
From about 1905, and they made them in the millions.
Yes.
And exported them all over the world. So it's quite common to find French movements in English clocks. So it's commercial. 10 years ago, this would have been £800.
Yes.
Now, Colin, you must have seen zillions of these Edwardian mantle clocks.
Yes.
And I would have to say, that's not a bad looker.
It's all right, isn't it? As far as they go, we see many of these things come through the auction rooms. Architectural, standard format, popular. A lot of them can be quite boring. This one does excite.
The independent values were, I think, surprisingly low, 200 to 300. This dealer is experienced. Let's see what he puts on the table.
I guess it's all about the money.
It is.
And the holiday, of course.
Of course, yes. So just bear that in mind.
So that'll get you to Gatwick.
Yes, yeah.
That'll get you through customs.
Right. Yes.
That'll get you in the bar.
Right.
That's £200.
No.
No, I think you're a little bit off the mark there.
Am I?
Yes, I'm afraid so. Yes.
£250 on the table.
I wouldn't be calling time at that price.
You heard what Colin says, too cheap. I agree. I need to get in there and tell our sellers, no way. We need more money or auction.
£250.
Oh, I think we'll need a little bit more
Bit
than
more
that.
than that,
Yes. Yes,
It's Paul and Emily, isn't it?
It is, that's right, David.
Now, I'm curious to know, what did you pay for this 10 years ago?
I paid £350 for it.
OK, I see that.
Yes.
And I think £350 10 years ago was not a bad price. I wouldn't have been surprised had it have been more.
Right.
Now, we've got two estimations here. We've got a 3 to 4, we've got a 3 to 5.
Right.
I'm going to say 250. It's not a bad offer. I think it's worth a little bit more.
Yes.
We want more money on the table, Tony.
We do.
Yes.
That's right. Come on, that holiday beckons.
Where are you going then?
We're going to Disneyland.
Disneyland?
Yes.
What, Paris or?
Yeah, Paris.
Yes,
Right.
not too far.
No, no.
But it'll help, a bit more money on the table.
Do you know, I'm going to go 280 for Disneyland, and that's going to be my final offer.
Can't you make it 3?
Yeah.
I can't, Paul.
3.
I can't. If that was there, I'll give you 3, happily.
Yeah.
But I've got to now throw £50 at it to
Right.
get that done.
Yes.
OK. I've come in because I still think it's a careful bid. I feel at 280, Tony's really trying to nick this from you. I think it's too cheap.
Yes.
I think the clock is just too good, even under difficult circumstances in the sale room. It's a cracking lot, that. It needs to be more money.
Right.
There we go.
Ah, there we go.
Well, there you go.
Call it 3. We've got a deal.
I'm going to stick to my guns.
Oh, yeah?
I think, you know, David might be right. I think I might be right.
Yeah. OK. Right, I think we've got a deal.
Right, Paul, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
Paris.
I'm shaking my head here because they've shook hands. We both feel that at £280, the clock was too cheap. It should have gone to an auction. But the real deal is here on the dealer's day, 280 quid.
David can't believe that Paul and Emily accepted barely half of what they were after. But they seem happy enough.
Well, we had a really nice day. I think cash is king at the end of it.
And we can't wait to get on holiday now.
Hi, I'm Ian.
Across the den, Barbara has brought Ian Towning a 19th century French perfume bottle holder.
I'm not really sure how much it's worth, but hopefully Ian will be generous today.
Sometimes he is, sometimes he isn't. Good luck, Barbara.
How long have you had it?
Well, it used to be my late mother-in-law's. We've had it about 20 years since she passed away, but I'm not sure where she acquired it from.
Well, it's been around a long time because it's French.
Yes.
It's around 1850, 1860, around that sort of period. It's ormolu, glass, and the 4 perfume bottles.
Yes.
And very often you'd find that these pieces were done in mother of pearl
All right.
or in jas ormolu. The problem with it is, who did that?
Well, it was broke when we acquired it from my mother-in-law, and I always remember it being broke when she had it. But last night when I got it out the cabinet, it was all brown glue, so I thought probably I could do a better job. But I didn't. So...
To have it restored, to have one of these made, is very, very expensive.
Yes.
You're talking £200 to £300.
Right.
You know, apart from it just being blown, it has to be cut and engraved
Yes.
in the same manner.
Yes.
So it makes the article virtually impossible to restore.
Yeah.
I would suggest that, you know, being in the condition it is, it would be better to take it to auction and let somebody who is not worried about it being damaged purchase it. You know, as much as I love it and I wish it was perfect, I would have definitely bought it.
Yes.
If that was perfect, one would sell it for around £600 in the shop, okay, if it was perfect.
Yes.
In this condition, I would estimate it in an auction for about £50 to £100. Okay. Let's hope you get, you know, 100, 120 for it. Let's hope you do. It's lovely for you to have brought it along, and I do wish you all the luck in the auction and hope you get the 120. Thank you very much for bringing it along.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So Ian fails to make an offer. Does auctioneer Colin Young think he can do better for Barbara?
Well, the perfume holder is what we call Palais Royal, really, really desirable, and so I would go down with an estimate of, say, 80 to 120.
50 anywhere else now?
Let's get to the sale room for a whiff of the action.
Thank you very much.
The reserve is set at £80. It will find its level even with the damage. There's a full room here, there's lots of people. How will they view it? I often say to you, put it to the room, let them decide. It's coming up now. Let's see what it brings.
£100, start with 80 for it. 80, 50 to go then. 50, 50 but a bid 5, 65, 70, 70 bid 5, 80 to a C now. £80 surely. At 75 but a bid of 75, 80 now to a C, 80 on the net. At 80 bid at £80 5 now, 85.
They've passed the reserve.
95, 95, 100 now to a C, £100 surely. 100, £100 bid of 100, 110 now to a C, 110, 120 now.
They still believe in this, they still like it. They obviously must think we were prepared to restore it.
30 or not now, 120 we all done then, you're out in the room then. Selling on the net at 120, sold.
OK, £120, that was the gross price. We've got commission to take off that. About £100, it's just slightly under £100.
Yeah.
Are you satisfied with that?
Yes, that's very
Happy
good.
on the day?
Yes, yes, thank you. Yes.
On the day, it found its level here in the sale room. I'm quite pleased. £120 for a badly damaged item. Take away the commission. And our seller, Barbara, is going home with a real deal of 98 quid.
See if we've got another one.
After the break, James isn't getting an easy ride.
So you're not willing to move just a little bit more?
I think that's probably about it, really.
Probably not enough yet.
Oh.
Come on, giddy up, James. There's a great buzz in the dealer's den, and seller David's going to take his chances at Cheryl Hayden's table. Tell us what you've got.
I brought in 4 miniatures at my father's. So there's some sentimental value there, so I wouldn't want to go any lower than 200 or so.
Let's see if you can get what you're after.
So tell me about your miniatures. How did you come to own these?
These are my dad's. I think he bought them when he was quite young. They've just always been in my house on the wall.
So what's made you bring them along today and think of maybe selling them?
I saw that you were in town, and my dad always thought they were worth something, and I thought I'd come along to see what they were worth and maybe learn a little more about them.
OK, I don't think these are terribly old as an antique dealer. I think these are probably 40 to 50 or 50 to 60 years old maximum. They've got this ivory frame, and this will have been made from old piano keys. As you can see, it's not like one piece, it's all little blocks. On the back there, you've got this paper that, again, has been put on there to almost make it look an awful lot older than it actually is. These are still great quality and still very desirable, and for somebody starting out collecting, great price. So David, I'm going to put some cash down on the table, see what you think. So how about 50? No. 70.
Let's go quite a bit higher.
Quite a bit higher. Okay. Around that up to £100.
Still wouldn't be comfortable there.
No.
No.
David, what do you think?
Well, you brought these along from your father. He probably thought, wow, I've bought some 18th century miniature paintings on ivory with ivory frames. But what you have here are some reproduction items. £200 to £300 is what the independent valuers are saying. I think that's a little low. They're quite a nice item. They're worth a little bit more than that.
Heard from David. That's my bid, £100. David, what would you like to do?
I'm going to take them to auction.
Very best of luck on the day. Thank you for bringing them along anyway.
Off to the sale room we go. Seller David can't make it, but the Duke's looking out for him.
£100 was offered by Cheryl Hakeney for the set of 4. Not enough, even for a set of reproduction. They really were good quality. The reserve is £200. Are they going to make that? Let's see what they bring.
So Ivory, who's going to start me at somebody a couple of hundred for these? £200. 200. 150 to go, surely. 150, 150 bid, 60, 170, 180 now, 180, 190, up 190, 190, 200, 200, 220 now.
They're up to £200, and that's the reserve.
20 now from anywhere else now at £200. We're on the market at 200. 20 coming back at £200 bid. Last call then done and finished at £200.
Good choice. £200 on the day, right on the nose. We're taking away the commission, and we are sending him £164. I'm sure he'll be pleased.
Back in the den, Anthony's out to impress Ian with this vase by sculptor Louis Moreau.
I'm looking for about £250. Ian's going to be very fair. I've seen him on the television before, and he's a great dealer, good dealer. So, and I'm sure that the piece is something that he'll really love.
Only one way to find out, Anthony. Let's start the deal.
Spelter, Art Nouveau, probably French, late 19th century. Where's the female partner?
I'm afraid she's been lost.
Lost?
Yes,
so you bought it?
Yes.
Bought it like this, or
yes,
inherited?
Bought it like this a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm. In an antique shop, or where did you buy it?
Off the internet.
Well, I looked at it briefly before you came to the table. I noticed it's signed by Moreau, and it has had a lot of work done to it. Mm-hmm. It's got a big split down the back, which has been restored. Right. There's a dent on one side, which has been beaten out.
Right. It is a beautiful piece, though,
it's
isn't
lovely.
it?
It really is lovely. It is. I mean, if that was bronze, you could restore it, and it wouldn't be noticeable. You would have to tell people that it's been restored, but at least it wouldn't be noticeable. Spelter is one of the most difficult things to work with. Mm-hmm. It's very hard to restore spelter because it will always show. I mean, why are you selling it if you only had like 2 years?
Trying to raise money for our charity.
Oh, what's the charity?
It's Christian United People Ministries. We work with the disadvantaged, so
Very,
we're trying
very
to
good.
raise some funds for that ministry.
Wonderful. I know this sounds so mean, but I wouldn't want to pay more than £100 for it because of its condition. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't want to take the risk of trying to improve on the damage. It's a pity because it is a lovely piece.
All parts of the antique industry, though,
yes,
isn't it?
I guess it is. And it is signed.
Yes,
it is signed, which is important.
Louis Moreau of the French Moreau brothers,
yes.
I believe, yeah.
Yeah, well, £100 I think is realistic, and I'll tell you why. These will have been mass-produced. 80 to 120 is one estimation. I think 100 to 150 is another. Considering the damage, I think we're probably thereabouts in the money. £100 is the equivalent of about £120 in the auction.
Yeah.
You've got to get more than 120 to make the trip worthwhile, I think, I suppose.
So what you're saying is I've got to squeeze a little bit more out of Ian.
Well, if you can.
Yeah.
He's squeezable.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy, though. I've seen him before on
So
the
if
TV.
you can, I think he's been generous.
Yeah.
It's worth that. Perhaps if you can get another 10 or 15 quid, well,
Yeah.
then I think he's being more than generous.
Right, OK. Can I just squeeze an extra £10 out of you, then I'll have a deal with you?
My darling, I would love to. I would love to, but that is my offer, you know, and I think it's a very, very fair offer.
No, we've got to get the funds in quick, so I'm going to go with it. Thank you
Okay,
very much,
thank
sir.
You very much.
Thank you for
and
your
good luck
kind
to
offer.
the charity and good luck to the hard work.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure he'll enjoy owning it, and it's also helped with our charity. So that's the main thing. So, yeah, thank you very much, all of you.
We love to see our sellers go home happy. Across the den, it looks like Nicola's brought James the perfect item for his expanding family.
I like rocking horses, and I want a rocking horse because I got 4 grandchildren, so I'm going to try and buy it.
That sounds promising for Nicola.
You brought along a lovely rocking horse. Was this yours as a child?
No, it's my parents, and they brought it for my children and my nephew when they were born.
Right.
So and they keep it at their house so they can play on it when they're there. Yeah.
But have they grown out of it now?
Yes.
Not terribly old, is it? I should think it's probably 1950s or 60s. Is that about right? I mean, did they buy it new or second-hand?
No, they brought it second-hand.
Second-hand.
They brought it second-hand, yeah.
Yes. And what's happened to his mane? So someone's been at it with a pair of scissors. Was that one of your children?
No, that's how it was brought.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
It just needs mane both sides, doesn't it? They have a little comb over, perhaps. You've got the stirrups, but they need reattaching.
Yes.
And otherwise, it's in reasonable condition.
Yes.
And he still works. I had a little go earlier on.
Yes.
OK, well, let's put some money on the, not the table, but the saddle. See if you like the look of it. 50. 100. 150.
No.
No?
No, definitely not.
Definitely not?
Definitely not, no.
What about 200?
Still think there's room to move.
Well, I hope there's a bit of room to move, because I need to make a little profit out of it.
Well...
OK, it's going to go to the smaller notes now. 220.
Come on.
You're smiling.
Probably not enough yet.
Oh, I don't want to give much more for it. 230. I think that's probably where I see it. I think I'm going to be lucky to get much more than 250. And I've got to have the stirrups put back on.
So you're not willing to move just a little bit more?
I think that's probably about it, really. What do you think? 230, have we got a deal at that?
Yes, that's very good. Thank
You're
you.
happy?
Yes, thank you very
Good.
much.
Well, thanks very much
you.
for bringing it. I'll find it a good stable.
James offered well over the independent valuation, so Nicola should be well pleased with her handful of cash.
I'm going to give it to my parents as I've sold it for them, and I'm sure they'll be extremely happy with it.
I've paid 230 and I'm very happy with it. It's going to get a lot of use.
And there should be some very happy grandchildren. After the break... Houston, do we have a problem?
I'm going to take that 40 back, Patrick, and put a nice, crisp, fresh £50 note. What do you think?
Well, I don't think the Eagle will land today.
What will it take for this deal to lift off?
Where have you been? Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal.
The locals are still queuing up to have their goodies looked at. And over on Tony's table is Patrick, with his fabulous jumper and an Apollo lunar module.
I've had it since I was a child, and I'm looking to sell it today for around about 80 to £100, somewhere there.
Will Tony think it's out of this world?
What have you bought in for me today?
Well, Tony, today I brought in this little Eagle United States space toy made in Japan.
It's yours, was it?
It is mine, and the story is I had it bought for me one Christmas when I was a child, probably be about 9 years of age, and it kind of grabbed my attention for a while as a small child, whizzed it around the kitchen floor a few times, but over the years you lose interest, back in the box, and that's what it's been for a number of years.
So you must be 49 then?
I had another one to it.
50?
Yeah.
Bang on. Because this came out in 70, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think 1970, yeah, thereabouts, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I love about this is there's no dents, like you say. You've hardly used it. You've played with it much at all.
No.
So it still works?
It does.
Come on then, let's have a go.
Yes. Yes, it still works after all the years.
Whoa! Oh, wow! That is awesome. Is he coming out again?
Yes, yeah.
So that's his routine, is it?
That's all he does.
Quick, turn it off before it takes off.
Oh, we're going to catch him. There you are.
Wow, wicked. That is a wicked thing. So a good bit of old tin plate. Japanese is important, bit later than what they really want. Box, as we always say, really important to the value. It's an interesting thing. I don't really know what its value is. I think I'd probably say that on most things.
On the label it says £2.48 there, so I hope it's going to be a bit more than £2.48 today.
So if we said it'd increase in value by 10 times,
yeah.
£20. It's £40.
Right.
20 times. I'm going to take that 40 back, Patrick, and put a nice, crisp, fresh £50 note. What do you think?
Well, I was hoping for a little more.
I'm gonna stick to my landings here.
Well, I don't think the eagle will land today.
No?
No.
You go to auction with it?
I think I will.
I'll tell you what, I'll go another fiver. And that's probably just under the low estimate.
No, I don't think we're going to do anything on that today.
Patrick, I wish you luck with that in the auction. I hope it takes off.
Okay. I mean, there's a big world out there of toy collectors, so hopefully we could do better at auction.
Well, let's hope they've made it to the sale room today.
You sat down with Tony Gearing, our dealer. He looked at it, thought it was quite a nice thing, and he offered you £55. A realistic price. You didn't think that was enough?
No, I didn't, no.
OK. Our independent valuers had indicated a little bit more. They'd said 70 to 90. The reserve is set at 70. It's coming up now. Patrick's Japanese tin plate toy of the Apollo lunar module. Will it get up to the £70? I don't know. There's plenty of people in the room here. Toys are popular. Let's find out. It's coming up over there.
Then who's going to start me at 80 for it? 80, 50 to go, 50, 50 but a bid, 5, 65, 75 now to a seat. 70 but a bid, 5, 75, 85, 95.
They like this. Internet's going in there.
Yeah,
could be anywhere in the world, you see.
Now. At 130 bid, 40 to a seat now. 130 bid, 140 do you have? At 130, 140, 150, 160 now. 160, I'll come to the room in a moment. 160 if you like. At 150 bid, 160 now to a seat.
Good surprise. Patrick's face thinking, blimey.
No, at £150 we sell then, all done at 150. Thank you very much.
OK, £150 on the internet, wherever it was in the world, we don't know. But someone has enjoyed buying this, so with the charges for selling it, you've still got 123 quid. Now, what's your reaction to that?
Should I say over the moon?
Yeah, I'm sure. Over the moon, with a price like 123 quid, you can go home not disappointed. Satisfied?
Yes, fantastic, yeah.
Fantastic deal. We both agree on that.
Now, Ian, are you going to flash the cash for these silver flower pots?
Ah, now that would be telling.
Well, Dorothy's hoping you will.
Ian's a very fair dealer, and I think he'll hopefully give me £60 or more.
I like them because they're pretty and easy to sell.
Get your money out then, Ian.
Pair of cozy vases. Silver.
Yes.
English. Birmingham. 1899. Yes. Very pretty. They just need a little bit of a polish up, and I like them.
Yes.
Why are you selling them?
Oh, I don't really collect any silver.
And did you inherit them? Did you buy them?
Inherited them, yes.
Inherited
They've been in the family. They've always been on the mantel shelf at home for as long as I can remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
None of your family want them?
No.
It's the cleaning.
That's it, yes.
They're very lazy, tell
That's
them.
it, yes.
Well, I like them, and they're in pretty good condition. Apart from a good, heavy polish,
yes,
they are fine. There's nothing really wrong with them. There's no holes in them, they're not dented. So, are you ready for this?
Yes.
And you know what they're worth?
Vaguely.
So I can give you £2 for them.
That's it, yes.
So let's say 50, 60, 70, 75. Now I think £75 should buy them because they are very pretty.
Yes.
They need a little work, but
yes,
that's what I'm prepared to pay for them.
They only need cleaning.
They need cleaning. I think they're very pretty.
Yes.
And they're fairly light, but even so, I like them. So would I buy them at £75?
Maybe a little bit more.
A little bit more?
Just a little bit more.
Just a little bit more?
Don't like green ones.
You don't like green ones?
No, don't like green ones.
I will change the green note if it makes you happy. There you go. I will take it away and I will give you £80.
Lovely, that's fine.
That's
yes.
lovely, and that's fine, and you like that.
Yes, thank you.
Wonderful. Shall we shake hands on that?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the money.
Thank you.
They make wonderful little gifts. So I'm very glad I got them off her, and she was so charming.
Dorothy won you over there, didn't she? But after the break, will Willie have the same effect on Cheryl?
Well, he's so nice and he's got a real cheeky smile. I think he just might be able to just twist my arm a little bit.
Blimey. I know a lot of people that have wanted to do that, but so, OK.
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal. It might be the end of the day, but hold your horses. A last-minute item's come in, and it looks promising. Willie, what do you have to show Cheryl?
I brought in a charm bracelet on behalf of the mother-in-law. I cannot take no less than £850, else my life won't be worth living.
This is going to be quite big money, I would think £800-900, something like that, hopefully.
Certainly sounds like you're talking the same kind of money. But can you agree on a deal?
Have you brought arm guards with you with all this gold
yes.
you brought along?
Yes, I brought the wife.
So when did your mother-in-law come to own the charm bracelet?
It was bought by her husband possibly 45 years ago, probably a bit longer.
Mm-hmm. And then has she collected all the charms over the years?
Brought one or two. I think sister-in-law has. And they bought the rest, I think, for her.
OK.
Yeah.
And why she suddenly decided to part with it, then?
She would like to go on one more cruise.
Right.
She has been on a few over the years.
They're expensive, these cruises, aren't they?
Yes, very.
So, well, a good thing to do with the money. I quite like this one, this 10-shilling note here.
Yeah.
So I presume if you get a bit short of money and, as girls are out clubbing, you can break the seal, or you could do then. So that's quite handy. I like charm bracelets. I mean, everybody had one at one point, didn't they? It was like the thing to have. I'm sure it's probably been a really good investment, though, from the time it was bought 45 years ago and all these charms collected up. So hopefully I'm going to put you in the mother-in-law's good books and get her off on the cruise. So I'm sure you've got an idea what you'd like.
Yes.
Shall I get some cash out?
Yeah.
OK, first note. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450. What about £500, Willie? No. Better keep going then, had we? Let's start up here, shall we? 550, 600. You smiling yet?
No.
650.
No.
700. Must be, you know, getting. Is she hoping for a
Lukewarm.
stateroom in this cruise, or just, you know, a cabin?
First class.
So 700. What about 750? No. Okay. 800. 850. Still not smiling. Well, he's smiling, but he's not nodding.
Well, I've come in at this stage, Willie, because I don't think you need any help. You've been able to do very well so far, and on saying that, I think Cheryl's been quite generous, and she hasn't messed about. She's put some serious money down. I've got a couple of estimates. I've got an 8 to 9, and I've got an 850 to 950. The value is really in the precious metal, and there's about £928 worth of precious metal there. Where are we, Cheryl? Is that the flat-out offer?
Well, he's so nice, and he's got a real cheeky smile. I think he just might be able to just twist my arm a little bit.
Blimey. I know a lot of people that have wanted to do that, but... So, OK, so what are we saying then, Cheryl?
What if I rounded it up and get mother-in-law in the penthouse suite? £900.
Okay. I'm going to say at £900, that is a generous offer. And to go to auction and to take off 15% would be hard to beat.
A little bit more.
I think that's a fair bid, Willie.
Yeah.
I'm taking a chance. You know, the markets go up, they go down. So £900, have we got a deal?
Yes.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm not sure how quickly I'll be able to sell it, but I still like it, so I'm happy.
Willie's smiling, Cheryl's smiling, but have all our dealers got their happy faces on today? Well, Tony hasn't. He bought just one thing, that late 19th century mantle clock, for the bargain price of £280.
Call it 3, we've got a deal.
I'm going to stick to my guns.
Oh, yeah?
I think, you know, David might be right. I think I might be right.
Well, you're not right yet, Tony. You've not managed to sell it so far. And James bought two things with granddaddy duties in mind. First, the rocking horse.
I've paid $230 and I'm very happy with it. It's going to get a lot of use.
And he was right, his grandchildren adore it. But that's not put any money in the kitty. How did he do with that Edwardian doll's pram?
I think that I'm going to be lucky to get any more than 100 for it. So I got to make a tenner, you make a tenner, and then we're all happy.
He bought it for 90 and exceeded his expectations when a doll collector in London took it away for 120. Ian also bought two things, but he was reluctant to spend money on that damaged Louis Moreau spelter vase, even though it was for charity.
Can I just squeeze an extra £10 out you then and I'll have a deal with you?
My darling, I would love to. I would love to, but that is my offer, you know, and I think it's a very, very fair offer.
Possibly true, but it remains in his shop unsold. Did he do any better with those silver flower pots? He bought the pair for £80 and doubled his money when a keen buyer bought them for £160. That should keep you chuckling, Ian. But is Cheryl still showing off her pearly whites? We just saw her splash all that cash on Willie's gold charm bracelet.
So £900, have we got a deal?
Yes.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Well, she's done the best out of all of our dealers today and sold it on for a wonderful £1,120. Well done, Cheryl. You've every right to be pleased with yourself.
We've had an exciting day. There's been a real buzz here. Lots of action, lots of buying and selling. We always want to see that on the programme. Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time for Dickinson's Real Deal. See you.